Ma nemoj, pa oni su deo ambijenta.
Now we are going to chanting for a short about 2 or 3 minutes together.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhamman saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhamman saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhamman saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Saranagamanam Piso Bhagava Araham Samma Sambuddho Vijacharana Sampanno Sugato Lokavidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarati Sattva Deva Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati Akato Bhagavata Dhammo Ittiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Opanaiko Pachatang Veditabo Vinyuhiti Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Samipatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Yadidam Chattari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ahuneyo, Pahuneyo, Dakhineyo, Anjali Karaniyo, Nutaram Punyaketam Lokasati. Me Saranama etena satya Vođena hotu me jaya mangalam. Nati me saranam anyam dhammo me saranam varam. Etena satya Vođena hotu me jaya mangalam. Nati me saranam anyam sango me saranam varam. Etena satya Vođena hotu me jaya mangalam. Yankinchi ratanam loke vijati vividam putu. Ratana buddha samanati tasamasoti bhavantu te. Yankinchi ratanam loke vijati vividam putu. Ratana dhamma samanati tasamasoti bhavantu te. Yankinchi ratanam loke vijati vividam putu. Ratana sangha samanati tasamasoti bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Treba odštampati papir sa ovim stihovima i prevodom iz knjižice, ali ima tu?
Imamo nekoliko, ali smo osobili.
Da, kad dolazimo na Asijanu, da ljudi znaju čemu pevaju o 3 utočišta i pohvali Budi.
Okay, so shall we start today's program? Today we are going to start with the meditation, I'm sure as usual, and then we'll have a Dhamma talk at the end. So please sit down comfortably, keeping your eyes closed.
Always make a break for me to translate. Dakle, počinjemo sa programom i kao što je uobičajeno, počet ćemo sa kratkom meditacijom, a poslije ćemo imati razgovor o temi koju smo najavili.
Sit down comfortably and keep your neck and back straight and aligned.
Sedite udobno i držite svoje leđa uspravno, ali opušteno.
Keep your eyes gently closed, not force closed, not squinting. And if you have eyeglasses on, please take it off.
Blago zatvorite oči, ne morate stiskati snažno, samo blago zatvorite i ako imate naočare, skinite ih.
Keep your mouth gently closed again, because in this meditation we are going to breathe through the nose and not through the mouth.
Dakle, u ovoj meditaciji držimo usta zatvorena, pošto dišemo samo na nos, ne i na usta.
Sit down in the lotus posture or any other posture, but preferably with crossed legs and not taking too much back support.
Dakle, možemo meditirati u različitim pozicijama, ako moguće probajte da sedite sa ukrštenim nogama i nemojte se oslanjati na leđa, nego da sedite oslanjajući na sami sebe, na leđa na zid ili stolicu.
Now take a few deep breaths so you become aware of the incoming breath and outgoing breath.
Dakle, napravite nekoliko udaha i izdaha da biste i pri tome pokušajte da budete svesni svakog udaha i svakog izdaha koji činite dok ih činite.
Take the breath in, take the breath out.
Izdahnite.
You can take a few hard breaths, but even your neighbor should not know that you are breathing hard.
Dakle, možete na početku napraviti nekoliko dubljih udaha i izdaha, čisto da biste ih lakše osvestili i lagano će se dah smiriti.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Udah, izdah.
Now bring your attention, your entire attention to the triangle area formed by the two nostrils and the upper lip area.
Dakle, sada pažnju sa daha pomerite lagano na trougao koji čine nozdrve i vaša gornja usna.
Keep your attention focused on this triangle area where the breath is going in and breath is going out.
I pokušavajte da nadalje držite svoju pažnju upravo na tom delu svog tela gde udah, odnosno vazduh ulazi i izlazi iz vašeg tela.
You should watch every incoming breath, every outgoing breath like a sentry, like a guard. Nothing should go in without your attention. Nothing should go out without your attention.
Zamislite kao da ste stražar na tom ulazu kojem ništa ne može da promakne. Svaki udah i svaki izdah pratite i registrujete u trenutku dok se oni odvijaju.
You must be mindful of every in-breath and every out-breath.
Dakle, naš zadatak je jednostavno da budemo svesni svakog udaha i svakog izdaha koji načinimo.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Udah, izdah.
Sometimes you will breathe through the left nostril, sometimes you will be breathing through the right nostril.
Moguće je da primetite da u jednom trenutku udišete samo kroz jednu nozdrvu, u drugom trenutku udišete kroz drugu. Da je naš dah nešto što se menja, nije nešto stabilno, već nešto promenljivo.
Sometimes your breath will be long, sometimes it will be short.
Isto tako, nekad će vaš dah biti dugačak, nekada će biti kratak.
Sometimes your breath will be deep, sometimes it will be shallow.
Isto tako, nekada će biti dubok, nekada će biti plitak, neprekidne promene.
Sometimes you will be breathing quickly and sometimes you will be breathing slowly.
I nekada ćete disati brže, nekada sporije.
Sometimes incoming breath will be warmer, sometimes it will be colder.
Isto tako možete uočiti razliku u temperaturi vazduha koji ulazi i izlazi iz vašeg tela. Onaj koji ulazi je hladniji, onaj koji izlazi je topliji.
Not all these qualities of the breathing, of the breath, of the breathing process.
Dakle, mi ne pokušavamo da fiksiramo se na jednu vrstu disanja, jednostavno registrujemo onako disanje kako je sada u ovom trenutku.
But keep your entire attention focused on where the breath is coming in, where the breath is going out.
I dalje održavamo pažnju upravo na tom mestu gde vazduh ulazi i izlazi iz našeg tela.
Every breath that comes in, every breath that goes out will touch somewhere on this triangle area made by the two nostrils and the upper lip.
I svaka to strujanje vazduha, bilo da udišemo ili izdišemo, pravi kontakt s nekom tačkom na tom trouglu koji posmatramo, a koji čine njegov vrh su naše nozdrve i njegova osnova je gornja usna.
Your attention must be focused on the process of where the breath is touching, not how long the breath is, how short it is.
I naša pažnja je upravo na tome, na toj tački gde struja vazduha dodiruje, gde osjećamo da struja vazduha dodiruje naše telo. Dakle, ne fokusiramo se na dužinu, na dubinu, na tempo, brzinu, samo na tu tačku gde osjetimo i na osnovu koje osjetimo da uopšte dišemo.
If while you are breathing and you realize that your mind ran away somewhere, then don't get disappointed.
A onda neizbjedno dođe trenutak kada shvatimo da je naš um odlutao negde i molim vas da ne budete u tom trenutku razočarani.
This is the nature of the mind. Mind is like a monkey.
Jer to je upravo priroda našeg uma, njegovo sadašnje stanje. Naš um je kao poput majmuna koji skače sa jedne stvari na drugu.
Mind wants to control you, but when you set mind to watch the breath, you are training and controlling it. Mind doesn't like that.
I zapravo um želi da ide gde mu je volja i mi sada pokušavamo da ga istreniramo, da smo mi ti koji upravljamo svojom pažnjom, gde će se ona kretati.
So mind will play many tricks with you.
Naravno, naš um je vešt i on će izvoditi različite trikove da bi ipak isterao po svome.
Mind will remind you of so many things you have to do.
I onda će krenuti da vas podsjeća na gomilu stvari koje upravo u ovom trenutku neodložno treba da uradite.
All the checks you have to write.
Da proverite možda svoje mailove ili da nešto ste zaboravili da uradite.
All the people you have to call.
Ili treba neke ljude da pozovete ovog trenutka.
All the things you have to buy.
Razne stvari koje treba da kupite.
All other preparations you have to make.
I razne druge sitnice i pripreme koje treba da uradite.
Or mind will take you in the past.
Ili će vas odvesti u prošlost.
It will remind you of things from the past.
I podsjećati vas na različite stvari iz prošlosti.
It will tell you if this happens now, I will deal with it this way.
I onda počne da ti objašnjava, kad bi se to događalo sada, trebalo bi da se postaviš tako ili da uradiš ovako, a ne onako kako si ranije uradio.
So mind will either take you to the past or to the future, but it would not want to stay in the present.
Dakle, generalno mi već to znamo da će naš uglavnom želeti da ode ili u prošlost ili u budućnost, svugde, samo ne ovde i sada, u sadašnjosti.
So our job is to establish mindfulness in the present and tie the mind to it.
Ali naš zadatak je upravo to, da učvrstimo svoj um u sadašnjem trenutku, da ga vežemo za taj trenutak.
Mind doesn't like it. It was the boss so far. Now it is becoming a servant.
I naravno umu se to ne dopada, to kroćenje kao poput kroćenja divljog konja koji je bio slobodan i bio je gospodar sam svoj, a sada bi trebalo da postane sluga.
But it's our job to train the mind like a child, like a monkey who needs to be trained.
I naš zadatak je upravo to, da ukrotimo na svoj um, kao da vežbamo dete koje još ne zna ništa i moramo da sve da mu objasnimo i da pokažemo. Ili kao neku životinju koju dresiramo i koja se opire otima.
So keep focusing on in breath, out breath.
Dakle, nastavite jednostavno da se fokusirate na udah i izdah i budete svesni tog procesa.
That's the only present. Every present we have becomes past in a flicker of a moment.
Jer svaki taj udah i izdah koji načinimo, to je sadašnji trenutak, upravo to je trenutak gde želimo da budemo. I taj trenutak, kako ga posmatramo, izvesno vreme vidjet ćemo da on je vrlo neuhvatljiv, nestabilan. Jedan udah, to je sadašnji trenutak i već sledećem on je prošlost, dolazi izdah i tako neprekidna smena. Dakle, sadašnji trenutak je kao pokretna neka tačka koja se stalno pomera.
Whenever you realize your mind ran away and was thinking about something else, don't get upset, don't get depressed, don't get disappointed.
Ali ono što je važno u tom vežbanju je naravno da postoje uspesi i neuspesi. I zato kada nam um odluta, mi to ne imenujemo kao promašaj, neuspeh. Trudimo se da ne postanemo time uznemireni, potišteni, ne kritikujemo sebe, nego da shvatimo ga kao deo vežbanja. I kroz vežbanje ćemo postajati sve veštiji i sve bolji u tom.
Understand that mind ran away and just bring it back gently and put it back to observing the breath.
Zato bez mnogo komentarisanja, bez mnogo žalopoljki, već šta god naš um pokušao da radi, jednostavno registrujemo. Um je negde odlutao i blago, sa osmehom, sa radošću ga vratimo nazad i nastavimo tamo gde smo stali.
Keep doing this away again and again like training a child.
Dakle, uvek iznova, kao da kad radimo sa detetom i imamo strpljenje da bezbroj puta ponovimo istu rečenicu kako bi on naučio.
Over repeated practice, you will realize that your attention will stay for longer and longer and longer amounts of time.
I kako napredujemo u toj praksi, kako vežbamo uporno, istrajno, osjetit ćemo da se naš um lagano smiruje i da smo u stanju da ostanemo duže sa tim osjećajem daha, a to znači sa osjećajem, ili to znači sa sadašnjim trenutkom.
While you are trying to focus attention on in-breaths and out-breaths, many thoughts will come to your mind.
Naravno, kako pokušavamo da se fokusiramo, misli neprekidno dolaze. To je prirodno stanje našeg uma, da stalno nove misli.
Thoughts of lust, thoughts of hate, thoughts of delusion, anger, envy.
Sadržaj tih misli naravno može biti različiti. One mogu biti pokretane požudom, pohlepom, zavišću, isto kao i sa pozitivnim emocijama, ljubavlju ili istrajnošću, željom da stignemo do mira.
Whenever such thoughts come, don't become part of the thoughts. Don't feed the thoughts.
Ali kakve god da su te misli, bilo da su pod navodnicima pozitivne ili negativne, ono što jeste bitno to je da ne ostanemo, odnosno ne postanemo zarobljenici tih misli i krenemo da ih razrađujemo i hranimo ih dalje svojom energijom.
Be like the person standing on the bridge in the middle of the river.
Umjesto toga, bit ćemo kao neko ko stoji na obali i posmatra tok reke, tih misli koje neprekidno dolaze i odlaze, ali ne skače u tu reku i postane plivač u njoj ili davljenik.
A person standing on the bridge can see many kind of things coming and going in the river.
Jer ta osoba koja stoji sa strane ili na mostu iznad reke, ona će vidjeti vrlo jasno sve stvari, sve što ta reka nosi na svoje površine.
She can see there comes a dolphin, there comes a hippo, there comes a dead tree.
I ona će vidjeti onda različite granje ili već šta god reka da nosi.
But she doesn't jump in the river and start flowing with the hippo, the dead tree, the dolphin, and on any such objects.
Ali ta osoba neće skočiti u reku i krenuti sa njom dalje.
Just like that, stand observing the things, not feeding those things, not flowing with these things, just observing them.
I upravo tako i mi postupamo prema našim mislima. Ne hranimo ih, ne putujemo sa njima, ne bacamo se glavačke u njih. Jednostavno ih posmatramo i dopuštamo da se pojave, ne potiskujemo ih. Dopuštamo im da se pojave, ali isto tako i da odu, ne zadržavamo ih.
When you don't feed those thoughts, those distractions, then they will slowly over time start reducing in frequency and start disappearing.
I sasvim logično, ono što ne vežbamo, ne praktikujemo, to lagano počinje da nestaje kao trag u našem umu. Tako i to obsesivno razmišljanje, misli koje se neprekidno kovitlaju kao nekakva vetar, oluja. Ako im dajemo energiju, one će se lagano stišavati i naš će um postati bistriji, jasniji, mirniji.
With this correct understanding, just keep observing the in-breath and the out-breath.
I upravo sa takvim jasnim i ispravnim razumevanjem procesa u našem umu i rada našeg uma, mi nastavljamo da posmatramo udah, izdah, kao objekat koji fokusira i koji vezuje našu pažnju, pomaže nam da ona ostane u sadašnjosti.
Over time, you should focus on 3 aspects of the attention to breathing process.
I tokom tog perioda meditacije mi posmatramo 3 aspekta procesa disanja.
In the beginning, you start with the entire triangle area of the nose made by 2 nostrils and the upper lip area.
U početku svesni smo čitavog tog trougla koji čine nozdrve na vrhu i osnova gornje usna.
But as time goes by, you should make the area of attention where the breath is touching as small as possible. Smaller, smaller, smaller over time.
Postepeno pokušavamo da suzimo to područje, da taj trougao bude što manji i da zaista fiksiramo tačku na kojoj struje vazduha dodiruje naše telo.
As you make the area smaller, your sensitivity, your capacity to focus increases.
I kako to područje postaje sve manje, naša sposobnost da se fokusiramo sve više jača.
The second thing you should focus on is keep your attention focused without distraction, without mind running away for as long as possible.
I drugi zadatak ili druga oblast na koju obraćamo pažnju, to je dužina koliko naš um je uspeo da bude fokusiran u kontinuitetu, koliko udaha i izdaha on može da ostane u sadašnjosti.
And the third thing you should see if you can get is a specific sensation.
I treća oblast na koju obraćamo pažnju, to je specifičan osjećaj.
That specific sensation can be anything that is in reality happening in that area of attention.
Dakle, konkretan osjećaj koji se javlja u tom području koje pratimo. Kakav god da je telesna senzacija koja se javlja. Verovatno može biti osjećaj hladnoće, toplote, vibracije, peckanja, svraba, znojenja, vlažnosti, suvoće.
It can be any normal sensation like itching, like irritation, feeling cold and hot, anything like that.
Dakle, to može biti bilo kakav telesni osjećaj, ali ono što jeste bitno to je da mi pokušamo da ga izdvojimo, da on ne bude, da tako kažem, fazi neodređen, nego da ga specificiramo. Aha, u ovom trenutku osjećam taj i taj osjećaj. Dakle, još jedno sažimanje fokusa pažnje kako bi ona što više jačala.
It should not be yatha vanchit, yatha kalpit, yatha ichit, which means as you want it, as you desire, as you like to have it.
Dakle, ono što je važno, to je da uočimo tu finu razliku između stava sa kojim prilazimo tom posmatranju osjećaja. Jedan je stav da mi želimo nešto da osjetimo i stalno iščekujemo. Dakle, to nije ono što mi pokušavamo da uradimo u budističkoj meditaciji, kao što znate, a naglasak je uvek na onome što jeste, posmatranju onoga što jeste, istine sadašnjeg trenutka, a ne u priželjkivanju, konstruisanju, proizvođenju veštačkom.
That sensation that you see or you get should be as it is, yatha bhuta.
Dakle, taj osjećaj koji se javlja treba da bude yatha bhuta, ono na palištu, znači onako kako jeste.
So you stay with the reality, not with an artificial construct.
I to je najsigurniji način da mi ostajemo sa stvarnošću, a ne sa veštačkom nekom maštarijom nekom koju proizvodimo u svojoj glavi.
With this understanding, understanding the process, understanding what we are doing, keep breathing in, breathing out.
I sa tim razumevanjem, ispravnim razumevanjem šta mi to pokušavamo da uradimo i na koji način to pokušavamo da uradimo, nastavljamo i dalje da pratimo svaki pojedinačni udah i svaki pojedinačni izdah.
Keep breathing in, breathing out.
Nastavljamo da udišemo i izdišemo, da pratimo svaki udah i svaki izdah.
Don't pay attention to external disturbances.
Ne obraćamo pažnju na spoljašnje ometanja, kao što su glasovi, zvona,
They come and go.
jer svako od njih dođe i prođe.
They are all anicca, impermanent.
Sve one su anicca, prolazne.
Just keep your attention focused inwards.
I najbolje što možete, trudite se da svoj fokus usmeravate ka unutra, da ga održavate ka sebi.
Keep your eyes closed, but now you can relax your body.
I dalje su oči zatvorene, ali pokušajte da opustite telo koje se vjerojatno ukočilo u određenim delovima od ovolikog sedenja. Jednostavno promenite položaj ako vam je neudoban i zauzmite drugi. Ali ono što je važno je da državate pažnju. To ne znači da morate da pažnja odluta negdje drugdje.
Now let's do the friendship meditation, the metta, the maitri meditation for a few minutes.
I za nekoliko minuta možemo praktikovati meta meditaciju, meditaciju prijateljske ljubavi.
At the end of every session of meditation, you should do metta meditation for a few minutes.
I to bi trebalo da bude praksa koju radite tokom svake meditacije koju radite.
The first meditation we did, anapanasati, the breathing meditation, you are observing, you are not participating.
Dakle, u prvom delu ove meditacije, kao što smo sada radili, to je onaj metod koji zovemo anapanasati ili svesnost svog daha, disanja. I to je metod u kojem mi nismo učesnici, nego više posmatrači prirodnih procesa koji se odvijaju u našem telu.
But in this second meditation, the friendship meditation you do, you will be participating actively.
Ali u ovom drugom delu stvari se menjaju i pri meta meditaciji, meditaciji prijateljske ljubavi, vi aktivno učestvujete u njoj.
So here our job is to turn our mind into a radio station transmitting waves of loving friendliness to all the beings around us.
Zato što ova vrsta meditacije zahteva naš angažman, odnosno kalibrisanje ili transformaciju našeg uma na taj način da se trudimo da u njemu razvijamo osjećaj prijateljske ljubavi prema svim bićima.
There are three ways in which we can do the metta meditation.
A to možemo uraditi na 3 načina.
Tonight we will do the meditation recommended by Lord Buddha in the Tipitaka Suttas.
I jedan od metoda koji ćemo danas raditi, to je metod koji je i Buda savjetovao u Pali kanonu u svojim govorima.
In this one, we will do meditation by the directions, the 4 north, east, west, south, and above and below. So total 6 quadrants.
Dakle, to je fokusiranje svoje ljubavi koju osjećamo, prijateljske ljubavi, ka 6 pravaca. To je 4 pravca, sever, jug, istok, zapad, a isto tako nagore i nadole.
So now focus your entire attention to the east direction.
I sada pokušajte da svu svoju pažnju usmerite ka smeru istoka.
And generate these thoughts in your mind.
I u svoj umu pokrenite sljedeću misao.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
Neka sva bića budu srećna, mirna.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
I neka sva bića budu srećna, mirna i neka pronađu svoj put do slobode od patnje.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
Neka sva bića budu srećna, mirna, neka pronađu svoj put do oslobođenja od patnje. To je želja koju mi upućujemo ka istoku.
I ask forgiveness of all the beings I may have hurt.
Isto tako upućujemo svoju iskrenu želju izvinjenja ili traženja oproštaja svim bićima koje smo možda povredili u životu.
I pardon all the beings who may have hurt me.
I isto tako opraštam svim onim bićima koje su mene povredili.
I share my merits with all the beings.
I sve zasluge, sve dobrobiti onoga što sam ja učinio, želim da podelim sa svim drugim bićima.
Now focus your attention on the southern direction.
A sada okrećem svoj um ka smeru juga.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
Neka sva bića na jugu budu mirna, srećna, oslobođena patnje.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
Neka sva bića budu srećna, mirna, oslobođena patnje.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
I još jednom u sebi lagano ponovimo istu tu rečenicu. Neka sva bića budu mirna, srećna, oslobođena patnje.
I ask forgiveness of all the beings I may have hurt.
I molim za oproštaj sva bića koje sam možda u prošlosti povredio.
I pardon all the beings who may have hurt me.
I isto tako opraštam svim bićima koja su mene povredila u prošlosti.
I share my merits with all the beings.
I sve dobrobiti svoje prakse, svoje rada želim da podelim sa svim bićima na jugu.
Now focus your entire attention on the western quadrant.
Zatim svu svoju pažnju usmerimo ka zapadu.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
Neka sva bića budu mirna, srećna, oslobođena patnja.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
I ponovo u sebi ponovimo istu tu rečenicu. Neka sva bića budu mirna, srećna, oslobođena patnja.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
negujući prijateljsku ljubav, osjećaj prijateljske ljubavi prema svim bićima na zapadu. Govorimo istu rečenicu. Neka sva ta bića budu mirna, srećna, oslobođena patnje.
I ask forgiveness of all the beings I may have hurt.
I tražim oproštaj od svih onih koje sam možda povredio.
I pardon all the beings who may have hurt me.
Isto kao što i ja dajem oproštaj svim bićima koja su povredila mene.
I share my merits with all the beings.
I sve svoje zasluge, dobrobiti delim sa ljudima na zapadu.
Now focus your attention on the northern direction.
A onda usmerimo svoju pažnju ka severu.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
Neka sva bića budu srećna, mirna, oslobođena patnje.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
Neka sva bića budu mirna, srećna, oslobođena patnje.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
I po treći put poželimo neka sva bića budu srećna, mirna, oslobođena patnje.
I ask forgiveness of all the beings I may have hurt.
Tražim oproštaj od svih bića koje sam povredio.
I forgive all the beings who may have hurt me.
I isto tako dajem oproštaj svim bićima koje su povredila mene.
I share my merits with all the beings.
Delim svoje zasluge sa svim bićima.
Now focus your attention on both above and below directions.
I sada usmeravamo pažnju na posljednja dva smera, a to je onaj smer nagore i smer nadole. Na vertikalu koja spaja te dve tačke.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
Neka sva bića budu srećna, mirna, oslobođena patnje.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
Isto to ponovimo još jednom.
May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated.
I još jednom uputimo prijateljsku misao, prijateljske ljubavi svim tim bićima. Neka budu srećna, mirna i oslobođena patnje.
I ask forgiveness of all the beings I may have hurt.
Tražim oproštaj od svih bića kojima sam učinio nešto nažao i povredio ih.
I pardon all the beings who may have hurt me.
I opraštam svim bićima koja su povredila mene.
I share my merits with all the beings.
I sve svoje zasluge, dobrobiti, svoje prakse delim, ne zadržavam za sebe, samo za sebe, već delim sa svim bićima.
Continue like that for a little while.
Ostanite jedno vreme sa tim osjećajem prijateljske ljubavi u svom srcu i svom umu.
Sukhi hotu, sukhi hotu, sukhi hotu. Be happy, be happy, be happy. Now we can close the meditation here.
I ovim završavamo našu meditaciju.
And you can open your eyes.
Otvorite oči i protegnite telo.
We don't need light. I think it's good. We don't need light, no?
No.
I don't think so. We are good.
No.
I don't think we need it
We need for the video.
For the
for the
recording.
video. Otherwise, all the dark splotches will come. Okay. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Did you guys have a good experience? Good meditation? Focusing mind with all the church bells and all the noises? Okay, so that's good. So you guys are kind of advanced level, so that's very good.
You are kind of more normal.
Well, more than normal, better than normal. I guess you guys have been meditating for a while now, no?
Yes.
Are these instructions different than what you had before? Same instructions? Okay, so then we don't have to give it every time. I was wondering about the retreat.
It's quite similar.
But might be good also sometimes to give in the beginning of the retreat, one time at least. We'll see. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about women in Buddhism because I think they are the majority here anyway. So I have the right topic always. Most of the time it's women who are the majority. So we'll talk a story of the, so let me just lay out the lay of the land basically. So women in Buddhism has been happening since Lord Buddha's time. So it's not a new phenomena.
Dakle, da malo dam kontekst, žene u budizmu je tema današnjeg predavanja i ta tema nije neki novi fenomen, nego je jednostavno tema koja se pojavila sa Budom, pošto je u njegovo vreme osnovani monaški red, odnosno red monahinja.
Every Buddha must have the four assemblies of bhikkhus, bhikkhunis, lay men and lay women.
I prema budističkoj teoriji i praksi, svaki Buda mora imati četiri, da kažem, sange ili četiri elementa koji sadržavaju sangu. To su monasi, monahinje, nezaređeni sledbenici i nezaređene sledbenice, ono što mi zovemo vernicima, da taj termin nije baš najprimenjiviji u budizmu, ali recimo.
So a Buddha's dispensation or sasana is not complete until women are in equal part in the sasana also, in the four assemblies.
Dakle, Budino učenje, mi zovemo sasana, dakle, širenje učenja i uopšte praksa, ne samo Dhamma kao teorija, nego i praksa, nije kompletna ukoliko ne postoje sva ta četiri elementa ili četiri kraka.
So in Lord Buddha's times, just like there were male arahants, there were also many female arahants.
Dakle, i u Budino vreme kao što su postojali arahanti. Arahanti su oni koji su dostigli najviši stepen oslobođenja od patnje i slobode. Dakle, postojali su isto tako i muški i ženski arahanti.
So these arahants, when they became an arahant, they told us their stories of what was their past life and how did they become arahant, what were the challenges that they faced.
I na našu sreću ostao je deo budističkog kanona koji zove Tera i Terigata, zbirka stihova koje su pisali ti arahanti, u kojima su oni opisali svoje iskustva pre dostizanja probuđenja i često i taj trenutak sam dostizanja probuđenja. Tako da su to autentična svedočanstva ljudi koji su u Budino vreme postali probuđeni.
So in the Tipitaka, which is the collection of Lord Buddha's suttas, Vinaya and Abhidhamma, there are many books written by women.
Dakle, u okviru Tipitake, a to je Pali kanon, kako mi zovemo, postoje mnoge knjige koje su napisale žene.
So those books are collected primarily in Khuddaka Nikaya, one of the parts of the Sutta Pitaka.
I one su sakupljene u delu Pali kanona koji se zove Khuddaka Nikaja. Mi znamo da postoji 5 nikaja, Diga Nikaja, Mađima Nikaja, Angutara Nikaja, Samjuta Nikaja i 5. je Khuddaka Nikaja, odnosno zbirka sitnih. Ovdje su, ove 4 su budini govori. U ovoj 5. su manji radovi koji su drugih autora, da tako kažem, čiji autor nije Buda.
One of the books there is called Therigatha, the poems of the bhikkhunis.
I jedna od tih knjiga u okviru Khuddaka Nikaje se zove Therigatha. Teri ima Tera i Teri. Tera su muški, Teri su ženski starešine ili stariji monahi, iskusni monasi, tako bi se moglo prevesti.
So this Therigatha contains the poems spoken by the bhikkhunis, by the Theris, when they became an arahant.
I u toj Terigati su skupljene pesme, to su u stihu, tekstovi u stihu, koje su sastavile Teri koje su postale arahanti. Otuda je došlo i Theravada, odnosno učenje starih.
So that is first book and very primary book. Then the second book is called Itivuttaka.
Onda imamo drugu knjigu koja se zove Itivuttaka.
This Itivuttaka book, so Therigatha is unique in the world history as a book written, a spiritual book written by the women.
Dakle, Therigatha, da naglasim da je to jedinstvena knjiga u duhovnoj literaturi koju su sastavile isključivo žene.
Then there is a second book called Itivuttaka that we just talked about, and that is also unique in the world history.
Isto tako imamo, ono što sam pomenuo, Itivuttaka, zbirku takođe kraćih govora koja je jedinstvena takođe u duhovnoj istoriji sveta.
That is unique because it's written by a lay person and recited to other lay people after listening to Lord Buddha and collected by the Sangha.
Dakle, radi se o tome da je jedna nezaređena sledbenica žena koja nije bila monahinja, ona je slušala govore Budine i onda je that was a court. She was talking to the court.
Kujutara.
Da, bila je Kujutara, njeno ime. Ona je bila sluškinja i ona je otišla sluša govor u gradu gde se to odvijalo. Ona je otišla čuje Budine govore i onda je prenosila ženama koje su živjele na dvoru, kojima nije bilo dopušteno da izlaze izvan tog dvora i ona je bila zapravo njihov glasnik. Ona je odlazila i tu je, I don't know how many suttas.
112.
112, da. 112 govora koje je ona prenela na taj način, one su objedinjene i što je interesantno da je znači jedan laik je izneo Budino učenje i to je Sangha priznala kao autentično učenje i sačuvao ga kao, da tako kažem, korpus zvaničan budističkog kanona.
So that is the second unique book in the world history. Now, in addition to that, many Bhikkhuni suttas are contained in Bhikkhuni Samyutta in the Samyutta Nikaya.
Da, isto tako mnogo govora koje su održale monahinje su sačuvani u okviru te treće nikaje koje sam pomenuo od ove 4, znači Samyutta Nikaja, to je tematski grup, ja to sam preveo to kao tematski grupisani govori.
In addition to that, there are many suttas interspersed across all the collections, like Chula Vedala Sutta, like other suttas all across all Nikayas.
Dakle, najviše je takvih u okviru Samyutta Nikaje, a ima i sličnih govora koji su raštrkani po ostalim nikajama, ostalim zbirkama Budinih govora.
And the amazing part, should not be amazing really, but nowadays what we see, it's amazing that these suttas were spoken by women but collected by men and transmitted over 2,600 years almost now by men rather than anybody else.
Da, i ono što je neobično, a ne bi trebalo da bude neobično, to je da su te sute koje su sastavile žene i su bile sačuvane, njih su sačuvale muškarci zapravo, jer je red monahinja nestao vremenom monaški red koji je posle nastavio da se sastoji samo od muškaraca je sačuvao, znači poštujući dovoljno i njihovu autentičnost.
So now I just lay off the land for you. Now let's jump in a specific story.
Dakle,
I'm sure all of you love to hear stories.
Sad sam vam, znači, opisao, da kažem, okruženje, framework ili okvir, a sad da krenemo na konkretne stvari.
I told this story in Belgrade, but I think most people have not heard it here, so we'll do it here.
Da, ja sam o isto ovome govorio i u Beogradu u grupi za meditaciju, ali niko od te grupe nije ovde, tako da mogu ponovo da ponovim i za vas.
The story name is Isidasi Theri.
I Isidasi help?
Isidasi.
Teri.
Theri.
Da, i priča je o Isidasi, o jednoj Teri koja se zvala Isidasi.
So long time ago, maybe about 2400 years ago, in the city of Patliputta, there were two bhikkhunis.
Dakle, pre otprilike 2400 godina u gradu u Indiji koji se zvao Pataliputa bile su dve monahinje.
Patliputta is today's Patna in Bihar.
I danas je to grad Patna u Bihar, u saveznoj državi Indijskoj Bihar.
So one of these two Theri was named Bodhi and the other one was named Isidasi.
I dakle, te dve monahinje, jedna se zvala Bodhi, druga se zvala Isidasi.
One day, they went out on the alms round, collected food, ate food and washed their bowls, and they were sitting in seclusion.
I one su, kao što je u to vreme bio običaj, nažalost danas nije toliko u budističkim zemljama, da monasi idu svakog jutro na uprošenje hrane. One su otišle u Pataliputu da prikupe hranu, pojele, oprale svoju prosjačku zdelu i sedele same na osamljenom mestu.
At that point, Bodhi had asked Isidasi a question, and she said, Isidasi, you are so young, you are beautiful, your age is not old, why did you become a nun?
I onda je naravno krenuo razgovor. Bodhi, jedna od monahinja, upitala Isidasi, ti si mlada, lepa, zašto si uopšte postala monahinja?
At that point, Isidasi said, okay, I will tell you my story, current life first and past lives after that.
I onda je Isidasi odgovorila, dobro, ispričati svoj život, prvo svoj sadašnji život, a naravno u budističkom verovanju postoje i prethodni životi i ispričati nešto i o tome.
So she said, I was born in the city of Ujjaini, which is in central India, to a very rich father.
Dakle, ja sam rođena u nekom gradu Kuđajinu koji je u centralnoj Indiji i moj otac je bio veoma bogat.
She was raised up in very rich, like born with a silver spoon, lacking nothing, only child for the father. Father loved her very much.
I živela je zapravo slično kao što i Buda žive u izobilju, jedino dete svog oca i koju je obožavao.
When she became of the age, about 16 years, many people wanted to marry her. So father got her married to a very good family that he knew.
I kada je došlo vreme, naravno, onda je bilo već u 16 godina da se sklapaju brakovi i njen je otac želeo da je uda za, naravno, najbolju priliku.
So she went happily to her in-laws.
I onda je ona, pošto nije se pitala hoće, neće, nego je otac se odlučio, ona jednostavno se spakovala i otišla kod tasta i tašte u svoj novi dom.
She was a very devoted wife, taking care of her father-in-law, mother-in-law, her husband, and all the relatives of the family.
I naravno bila je veoma posvećena i supružnica i snaha, posvećivala je pažnju i negovala i kako se to kaže, tasta i taštne, svekra i svekru.
She woke up before the entire family and she slept after the entire family. She cooked for everybody. She took care of everything.
I pomalo sad to podsjeća na pepeljugu.
These are the cultural things. So I think it was also in Europe also. So it's not only in India, but olden times, so we have to keep our modern prejudice is out of the way. We have to understand the story from her time, 500 years ago, what she was going through. So she was an ideal wife that any person can want.
Dakle, sve u svemu idealna žena koju bi svaki ozbiljan muškarac poželeo.
Okay, I will agree with that. I don't know what, but so everybody was happy with her. Now what happens? 6 months after the marriage, her husband goes to his parents and tells them, I want to leave this house. I don't want to live with my wife. I don't want my wife.
Why?
You don't want to ask? You don't want to translate?
If she was so ideal.
No, don't you want to translate? These two people.
Dakle, počinje zaplet. Posle 6 meseci, vrlo brzo, muž je poželeo da se otarasi takve idealne žene.
And so the father-in-law, mother-in-law are very surprised, right? She is the ideal wife.
I baš kao i ja, tako su i njegovi otac i majka bili vrlo iznenađeni.
She is virtuous, she is not wasting money, time, she is very polite, courteous, everything.
Da, kaže, nije rasipnica, čestita je, što kaže, i zašto bi uopšte poželeo da se oslobodi.
So they asked the son, why you don't want to stay with her? What has she done to you? Tell us, we will try to fix it for you.
I naravno, oni su mislili da se nešto desilo i pitali su sina, pa šta se desilo, kaži nam šta je uradila.
So son says, no, she hasn't done anything. I just don't feel like living with her. I can't stand her. I don't want to look at her. I want to get out of here.
Međutim, sin je imao lični problem, a ne njen, a to je da nije mogao da je podnese jednostavno. Kaže, ne želim da bude pored mene, ne mogu ni da je vidim.
So the in-laws, now they are thinking, son is not telling us something. Let's call our daughter-in-law and ask her what is going on. Maybe she will tell us and we can fix it.
I istraga se nastavlja. Onda roditelji su mislili da sin neće da im kaže, su pozvali snaju da nju ispitaju.
So they call
interrogation.
So not interrogation, asking questions, interviewing. So they call the daughter-in-law and say, what's going on? Your husband doesn't want to live with you. Tell us whatever is going on. We'll try to help you because we know you are a good person.
I oni su rekli, mi znamo da si ti dobra osoba i reci nam šta se dogodilo, želimo da pomognemo da se ipak stvari izglede.
And she says, I haven't done anything. I take care of him. I even dress him. I make up him. I put kohl in his eyes. I comb his hair. I do everything for him. I take care of his cousins, his brothers, his friends. I haven't done anything.
Međutim, onda ga odgovorila da ništa nije uradila, da je potpuno posvećena i da mu radi, čak ga i oblači, češlja ga i masira mu leđa.
So now in-laws are in quandary. That son can either live or they have to send daughter-in-law back. So they decide that we cannot lose our son, but we have to send her back. So they are crying and they send her back to her father.
I naravno teška odluka. Oni nisu hteli da se odvoje od sina, ali morali su onda, pošto ne mogu njih dvoje zajedno, morali su da pošalju snaju nazad svojoj kući i naravno plakali su zbog toga.
And while sending her, they are crying, they are saying, we are losing the Lakshmi of our house. Lakshmi in India means the goddess of auspiciousness. Now we are losing the best thing that was in this house.
I pri tome su govorili da se oni zapravo gube, na taj način gube Lakshmi. Lakshmi je neka boginja domaćinstva u Indiji, dobrobiti i blagostanja domaćinstva, svakog domaćinstva u Indiji i zapravo gube najvažniju osobu.
So she goes back to her father's home, right, in Ujjaini, Avanti. In a few months, father gets her married to somebody else in the local town, in his town itself.
I pošto se vratila u Ujjain, tu oblast, njen je otac onda našao drugu priliku za nju i oženio, odnosno udao.
In 3 months, the same thing happens again. Exactly the same thing.
Međutim, sad za 3 meseca se ista stvar dogodila.
New husband cannot stand her, doesn't want to be with her. There is no fight, there is no domestic violence, there is no war, there is no bad words, there is nothing. But he cannot stand her. She can stand him. He cannot stand her.
I situacija je ista ta, da muž ne može da je podnese nju i ne može da živi sa njom, iako je ona sasvim u redu što se tiče njega, ali eto, on je ne podnosi.
So, now one day, after she comes back again to her father, one day, a wanderer, person who doesn't have anything, he is passing by the shop of his father in the city. So father invites him saying that, please come in and you can marry my child and you can own all my shop and all my property, all my wealth, because I am looking for happiness of my child.
I ponovo se vratila kući, njen otac je u tom gradu imao neku prodavnicu i onda jednog dana pored te prodavnice prolazio jedan asketa, lutalica koji nema ništa. I otac ga je pozvao u radnju i rekao mu, evo, oženi moju ćerku i imaćeš radnju, imaćeš sve što pripada, jer ja želim da ona bude srećna.
So, they get married. And the ascetic, he keeps all his old clothes and all the things with the father-in-law. In 15 days, the same thing happens again. Now, even the beggar does not want to live with Isidasi.
I sad se desila ista stvar posle 15 dana. Stvari se intenziviraju, što bi rekli. Posle 15 dana ovaj prosjak više ne može da, iako je naravno uzeo odeću i sve od oca i postao, kako da kažem, biznismen u radnji, ali posle 15 dana je odlučio da on ipak to ne može da radi i da ne može da podnese ovu ženu, osjeća otpor prema njoj.
So he goes back to father-in-law and says, give me my old clothes back. I don't want your new clothes and property and all that. Give me my old stuff and I want to get out of here.
I onda brže bolje ode kod tasta i kaže, vrati mi moje staro odelo da se ponovo preobučem i da bežim dok je vreme.
So now the whole town, all the relatives gather together and tell him, why do you want to go away? Take this money, do your business. Why are you going away? Whatever you want to do, we'll do for you.
I naravno, zabrinuta familija se okupila i svi ga pitaju, pa dobro, šta se desilo, zašto ne uzmeš to što ti se sve nudi, taj novac i posao i radnje i to, i nastaviš da živiš, zašto želiš da odeš?
He says, no doing. I can't stand her. I don't want to be with her. I want to get out of here, no matter if you give me the kingdom of the earth.
Koliko god su oni njega pritiskali, on ne popušta i očigledno da mu se dotužilo, što kaže.
So now she has 3 broken marriages, rejected goods 3 times. In the traditional society, even rejected one means your life is over. 2, 3. So basically, she and her father don't know what's going on. They're like going crazy, basically, thinking about what's going on.
I sad možemo misliti to u drevnoj Indiji da je jednom kad brak raspadne, žena je, tako kažem, odbačena, a ova imala 3 takva slučaja, tako da je katastrofa. I ona i muž i njen otac ne znaju, i pored svega ne znaju u čemu je problem.
So then one day now Isidasi doesn't want to get married anymore. This is not something she wants to do ever now. So one day she sees a Buddhist theri, a nun, walking by on the street. So she invites her in and makes a nice place for her to sit and offers her the pindapata.
I kao što, opet da kažem, u priči o Budi da smo imali 3 glasnika, tako je ovdje imamo 3 braka koji su bili upozorenje, i onda dolazi 4. glasnik, odnosno ovog puta je glasnica bila, pošto Isidasi više ne želi da se uda, ona je nastavila živi sa ocem u kući i ispred te kuće jednog dana je prošla budistička monahinja, odnosno teri. I ona je zaustavila i ponudila joj hranu, pošto ovo je išlo u prošenje hrane, ponudila je hranu da jede.
After giving her the food and giving her the offering and everything, she bows to her and tells her that please give me the going forth so that I can figure out what's going on with my life.
I kada je ova završila taj obrok, ona je, Isidasi je 3 puta se poklonila pred njom i zamolila je da je zamonaši. Kaže, molim te, želim da razumem šta se tu dešava sa mojim životom.
her father is crying, why do you want to become a nun, shave in this young age, and you can still stay with me, give dana, do all the merits, earn all the paramis. Why do you want to leave me in this old age? You are my only child.
I otac se naravno tome protivio, zato što, isto kao i Budini roditelji, protivio se tome i kaže sad treba da ona obrije glavu i da obuče monašku odeću i kaže zašto ne ostaneš i možeš da činiš dobra dela, da poklanjaš hranu, ne znam, monasima ili prosjacima ili već kome i da razvijaš sve one parami o kojima smo mi govorili, ali ne moraš da postaneš monahinja.
So she cries and tells her father that there is some bad karma coming from somewhere, which is because of which I'm getting these results. I want to end that karma. I want not to have this kind of thing again and again and again in life after life.
I ona je rekla, plačući ocu, da se pojavio monah koji može da je pomogne da reši taj problem i da ne želi da iz života u život ponavlja jednu te istu grešku ili da se nalazi u jednoj te istoj situaciji i da sve ponavlja patnja.
So father allows her to become a bhikkhuni, and then she becomes a bhikkhuni at some point, and after practicing in no long time, that's what it says, but could have been little long, but she finally gets the 3 true knowledges.
I ona je postala monahinja i počela je da vežba i posle kraćeg vremena ona je dostigla stupanj znanja, takozvani stupanj 3 znanja.
And those 3 true knowledges, the first true knowledge is Pubbe Nibbanu Sati. That means recollection of past lives.
To je znak na putu probuđenja da je prvo znanje je sećanje na svoje prošle živote.
The second one is called Dibba Chakku, divine eye. You see how people are born and die according to their karma.
Dakle, prvo je znanje u vezi sa svojim životom, svojim prošlim, a isto tako drugo znanje je ono što se naziva Dibba Chakku, odnosno duhovno oko. Znanje, viđenje u stvari ljudi i samsare, ljudi kako se preporađaju različitim životima iz jednog u druge. Dakle, prvo vidimo svoje preporađanje, posle vidimo preporađanje drugih.
And the third true knowledge is the asavakaya jnana, where you know that all your taints are ended and this is the end of sansaric journey for you.
I treće znanje je saznanje da je tvoje putovanje kroz samsaru, odnosno ta preporađanje, završeno i da je to kraj patnje.
This is when she gets the Pubbe Nibbanu and she realizes her past karma.
I, dakle, sa dobijanjem prvog znanja ona je shvatila i razumela koja je njena prošla karma, koje su njeni postupci iz prošlosti, iz prošlih života koje su uslovili da ona se nađe u takvoj situaciji u sadašnjem životu.
So far it's the story of this life. And now starts the story of the past.
Dakle, do sada je sve bila priča o njenom sadašnjem životu, u kojem je napisala te stihove koji će posle ući u Terigatu, a sada priča o prošlim životima.
And then she recounts it to Bodhi, to whom she is telling the story. She says that 7 lives before this life as Isidasi, I was a beautiful, handsome jeweler, a playboy in a town.
Dakle, ona je toj Bodhi, svojoj sagovornici, počela priča o svojim prošlim životima i onda je pomenula 7 života unazad. U tom životu je bila draguljar u jednom gradu i naravno, pošto je bio veoma bogat, on je se predao različitim vrstama zadovoljstva, pa između ostalog je bio playboy, ženskaroš.
As a playboy, I went after women everywhere. I was a philanderer, I was an adulterer, I broke many marriages. I made promises to women to marry but never married. I broke many marriages by seducing wives of others.
I naravno, sa time ide onda idu i različiti problemi, da tako kažem, i onda je ona priča kako je kao taj muškarac u tom životu kako se kaže, uništila mnoge brakove, pošto je zavodila tuđe žene, odnosno on je zavodio tuđe žene, onda je isto tako obmanjivala različite druge žene, obećavajući im brak ili već šta. I, dakle, mnogo loše karme napravljene.
So that young jeweler, the rich person who was handsome and everything, was like dancing on the edge of the sword.
I možemo reći da je taj bogati draguljar, zgodni draguljar, on je kao da je plesao na ivici noža, na oštrici noža.
He didn't realize that what he was doing was breaking apart families, making children orphan, women committing suicide because their husbands would not take them back, and so on and so forth. He was a destroyer of the social order, of the families.
I on nije razumevao zapravo da svakim svojim ponašanjem, time što je razorio brakove, što su neke žene počinile samoubistva, zato što muževi nisu želeli ponovo da ih prime, neka deca su ostala siročići i tako dalje. On je zapravo narušavao jednu socijalnu harmoniju u društvu i to je naravno velik karmički greh.
When he passed away from that life, he was immediately reborn in hell, in a special hell called adulterer's hell.
I zahvaljujući tim nedelima, on je, čim je umro, preporodio se na mestu koje se naziva pakao, ali posebno mesto za preljubnike u tom paklu. Kao što je Dante imao u svom paklu različite krugove, tako i u budističkom verovatno ima.
This hell is a very special hell where every leaf on a tree is like a sword. And the one who is reborn there sees a beautiful woman in the far and runs after her and gets cut again and again and dies again and reborn again, die again, reborn again.
Dakle, živopisno mesto na kojem su lišće i trave su poput oštrica noža i onda se dešava da ti preljubnici kojima i dalje ta strast, žudnja za seksom ili već šta ih nagoni, oni vide neku lepu ženu i onda pojure za njom, međutim, pošto idu kroz tu travu i to granje i lišće, onda ih stoji seče i onda oni umru, onda se ponovo preporode i tako u krug.
So, but he wouldn't get any women. So when his time got over in hell, he was reborn as a monkey in a monkey clan.
I pošto je u budističkom svetu sve prolazno, pa tako i taj pakao, kada on prođe, on se preporodio u drugom svetu kao majmun.
He was a male monkey, so he could pose danger to the leader of the clan, to the monkey troop.
I rodio se kao mužjak koji je bio dovoljno snažan da ugrožava alfa muškarca onog mužjaka koji je bio predvodnik tog plemena majmuna.
So when he was 7 days old as a male monkey, the leader of the troop came and castrated him so that there is no future rivalry.
I vođa je osjetio opasnost i naravno odmah da reši problem. Kad je imao 7 dana, on ga je kastrirao. Da mu se ne meša u posao.
So all his life born as a male, but no sexual satisfaction.
Dakle, čitav taj život on je proveo, iako je rođen kao muškarac, ali eto, nema nikakve seksualne aktivnosti, da kažem.
From that life, he then dies as a monkey and is reborn as a sheep.
Sheep?
Yeah. Like a goat and sheep.
Ovca je šta? Ovca. Šta je?
Sheep.
Ovca, da, dobro. Nije kao brod.
Doesn't matter. Goat. You can say goat. It doesn't matter. Animals are not important. Understand?
Yeah, we understood. Yeah.
Okay. So he was reborn as a sheep, and when he was again 6-7 days old, he was castrated. And now, rest of his life, he carried small carts, children to school and back home, school and back home.
Dobro, kao ovan se rodio, pa su ga opet kastrirali i onda je proveo taj život tako što je bio upregnut u neka kolica i onda je decu od kuće do škole i od škole do kuće vozio svaki dan. Eto, to mu je bio glavni zadatak.
So again, no satisfaction. Again,
I opet nema zadovoljstva nikakvih.
From that life, he is then reborn as a calf.
Kao
Calf.
tele, jel tele? Tele. Kao tele se rodi.
Yeah. From calf, again he is castrated, becomes an ox.
I opet
And
je-
he is doing farming and plowing and all those kind of things all his life.
Muško tele, znači opet je kastriran i onda je kao vo, je radio kao vo, teglio i orao ceo život.
So again in this life no satisfaction. Until now he is a male, remember male but gets castrated, male but gets castrated, right?
I znači nema nikakvih zadovoljstava, nego je stalno muškarac koji biva kastriran.
After this male phase gets over, now it is born as a hermaphrodite, and hermaphrodite has
Znači,
male
postepeno.
and female both.
Prelazni period. Imao je fazu tranzicije. Znači u sljedećem životu je od muškarca postao hermafrodit, znači između
So
muško i žensko.
slowly the transition is happening from one sex to indeterminate sex. Now, after hermaphrodite, of course, no satisfaction, right? Have both but can't use anything. So after that becomes a young slave girl.
I posle sljedeći život je postao mlada robkinja.
Most of his bad deeds as a goldsmith are almost done now, but the last is remaining. So now he is born as a she, basically as slave girl. He becomes what he was looking for. Goldsmith ran after women, he himself becomes woman. Can you convey that?
Nisam sad baš...
Goldsmith ran after women, wanting more and more women.
yes.
He himself becomes a woman now.
Aha. Dobro, znači psihološko objašnjenje, pošto je bio u 5-6 života ranije, bio je zlatar koji je jurio žene i želeo je žene, sad je u sljedećem životu ono što je želeo, u nekom u narednih života postao to što je želeo, postao je žena.
The transformation is complete. And
Znači, želje se ipak ostvaruju.
but in this life, still some karma is left, so she is born as a slave, as a poor person.
Ali naravno rođen je kao, ne kao zlatar, nego kao siromašna sluškinja.
So when now she is 10 or 11 year old, her father is always in debt to all the other people.
I sad ima 10-11 godina i otac je stalno u dugovima nekim.
So too many people are gathering to collect the debt from the father. So father just gives her daughter to a person to whom he owes money.
I naravno otac je, pošto nemajući šta da dao je nju onome kome je dugovao novac.
When she then goes to that new home as a servant girl and then she grows up to be 16-year-old, she becomes beautiful youth, everything.
I onda je ona bila sluškinja tamo, robkinja u tom domaćinstvu i vremenom je, kad je imala 16 godina, postala lepa devojka.
At that point, the son of the person to whom she was sold falls in love with her.
I onda se sin osobe koje je ona bila data kao nadoknada za onaj dug se zaljubio u nju.
So the son takes her as the second wife.
I taj sin je uzima kao drugu ženu.
Son already has a senior wife whom he loved, and she also loved him.
Iako sin već ima, malo neobično, da sin ima ženu koju voli, ali je uzeo u rezervu kao drugu ženu.
But this young girl doesn't like that. She breaks apart the senior wife and husband.
Ali ova mlađa devojka koju on se uzeo, ona napravi razdor između muža i žene.
That was the deed because of which in the next life when she was born as an Isidasi, she was rejected 3 times because she broke apart husband and wife from the previous marriage.
I sad dolazimo na život od kojeg smo krenuli, a to je sadašnji život Isidasi, da je zapravo njoj bila kao karmička kazna, da tako kažem, to što je razdvojila taj par, bračni par u prethodnom životu, da se i njoj desilo 3 puta da je odbacili su je muževi.
But it's not a story of pessimism. She then, when she becomes an arahant, shouts, she makes proclamation. I am done with all the husbands. I am done with all the lives. I have no more desire and no more need to run after men, trying to be their wives and do their makeups and everything. I'm free from everything. This is not pessimistic story, very optimistic story. But you must understand that this is not supernatural. This is not a Hans Andersen story. This is a story told by an arahant who has no interest in making money, in copyright, in publishing books.
Dakle, Bante završava sa priču sa optimističkom notom da je zapravo to ta žena koja je postala arahant Isidasi, ona je objavila da je to njen srećan trenutak, pošto više ne mora da juri za muževima, muževi ne mogu da odbacuju, ne treba joj šminka, ne treba joj ne znam šta, ona je slobodna od svega toga.
So if Isidasi with such terrible karma can have the hope, we all also can be hopeful. We will finish this cycle at some point.
Dakle, da bi nam podigao duh, obodrio nas, ako je Isidasi mogla da sve to preživi, preživjet ćemo i mi.
So with that, I'm going to stop today's story, but don't think of it as a story. This is a story of an enlightened person who had no interest in selling, marketing, advertising, anything to go here and go there and give money here and give money there. She had no interest. She had interest in telling the story only when somebody asked her. Not even, she did not publish her story here, there. But we know that because the Bhikkhu Sangha maintained the story, the history. And these are the verses written right in that book from 2,300 years ago. It has been continually maintained.
Dakle, to je svjedočanstvo jedne probuđene osobe koja je imala potrebu da izmišlja neke priče i da pravi scenario za hollywoodski film, koji je jednostavno ispričala to svojoj saputnici na duhovnom putu, kada je ona to pitala i Sangha je smatrala to svjedočanstvo dovoljno vrednim da ga sačuva sve ovih 2,5 milenijuma.
So with that, I will stop today's story. I'm sure there is some shock to the system in all of you. He's listening to something like that. So I welcome all of you, invite all of you to ask questions, whatever questions you may have. Dakle,
shvatajući da je možda priča bila suviše provokativna ili za neke od nas, Bante će ovdje zaustaviti se i pozvao je vas da pitate ukoliko imate neka pitanja vezano za ovu priču ili vezano uopšte za budističku teoriju i praksu, pošto Bante ima dosta iskustva i možda vam odgovori na svako od tih pitanja.
There is no charge for the questions.
I
don't have a ball here where you have to put $1 for each question. So ask questions. Don't be shy.
No, I just offered them to ask not only about the story.
Anything. Doesn't matter what you want to ask. It's okay. Meditation that we did before, why this, why that. Ask anything that comes to your mind. Someone will have to start and break the ice. This story requires some thinking, right? So that's why I can imagine. Most of the time I tell the story and there is like, what we call in Hindi, sannata, like total silence. The people don't know what to ask. And that's normal, But ask.
They need time to process.
Yes, a lot of processing. 7 lives and past lives and current lives and all the... That's why this is a very, very, very engaging story. Very engaging story. We have many more, but this is my personal favorite.
I will try to ask you.
Absolutely.
So at this point, we can see this story as a kind of metaphor.
No, don't look at it metaphor, even though you want to search for a metaphor within. Look at it as a real story told by somebody. We don't know her, right? But that story has been carried forward. So look at it as the workings of karma.
Okay, as the workings of karma.
Karma.
So we can personally perceive the lives of others and our life as karmic cycle.
Correct.
And the things that happen to us that we are not, that we don't have power to engage in those things. So we can describe that sometimes as a karma. I'm asking just for the learning and because I'm not in Buddhism that much.
No, that's okay, that's okay. I wasn't in Buddhism that much a while ago also, so everybody is like that. So we are all students, we are all jumping into the sea and learning to surf.
New to Buddhism.
Yeah, most people are like that, and from life to life it will happen again and again. So don't be shy about that. Karma is something that is not pessimistic. There are many misconceptions about karma, but karma is certainly not pessimism. Karma has past aspects. So Isidasi, what she did as a jeweler, has no control over the results of that karma. But when she was a jeweler, he had control over not doing that karma, but most people are not wise at that point, right? They don't wake up. So they keep on doing the bad karma again and again and again and again, like many other people. Once the karma is done, there will be results that will be coming. There is no question about it. But the meditation we did, the loving kindness meditation, is, and actually the other three Brahma Viharas also, I may be giving too much information, but loving kindness meditation acts as an antidote to reduce the effects of your karma. There is a sukha, there is a sutta, Dhamma Sutta. We are talking about that today, Bante. Dhamma Sutta. In that sutta it says that if you develop your mind with loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy and equanimity, then you can make your karma actions lighter over time. So we do have actions that we can control. Past is gone. Like in the meditation I said, you have no control. You cannot go back to past and do something. No time travels. Okay, so that's all done. So what you can do now is most important karma. Present karma is the most important karma. Focus on what you can do now. If you can meditate, if you can develop your mind, if you can develop loving friendliness and all those qualities within you, then indirectly your past will become, past results that come will become lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. It's like instead of, I'm giving you an example, instead of, do you need to translate or everybody's okay? No,
I don't. No,
okay.
I don't.
So to give you an example, let's say you were driving a car and you did a homicide. You killed somebody. But you have a very clean record. You have never done anything criminal, ever. So judge looks at you and says, highly motivated person, highly educated, first thing, and homicide happened in the snow time, in the dark, middle of the night, on a highway, thing, whatever, factors, right? So he just tells you community service for you, 10,000 hours of community service, you won't go to jail. So you keep on doing the community service and you're not going to jail. Just like that, this karma, this development of Brahma Viharas allows you to pay, but lighter pay, not penitentiary pay, lighter pay, community service pay, like that. This is an example, it won't happen like that. It's just an example. Yeah, remorse. So basically whenever you have remorse is a very restlessness and remorse. So restlessness and remorse are the fourth hindrance. 5 hindrances. Come to the. I'm plugging advertisement. Come to the next retreat. There is a lecture, 2 lectures there that will talk about the hindrances, the 5 enemies, and the faculties, which are the 5 friends. So your answer will be given in detail there. But here to give you in detail.
But you also touched upon during meditation when you ask, forgiveness.
So forgiveness also works there. So loving kindness and forgiveness and gratitude and all these things, they are like going hand in hand. They are like a preschool children together running together. But basically, remorse is a very negative emotion, and it only goes away when you become an arahant. It's the higher 5 fetters. So that will take time. So what you do is you keep on developing. In this Sankhya Dhamma Sutta, I said, Lord Buddha advises that you do something bad, you did something terrible, you go to an older person who is your teacher, or if nobody is there, then Lord Buddha, ask forgiveness, say, I will not repeat this mistake, I may repeat some other mistakes, but I won't repeat this mistake at least, and from that point onwards, develop loving kindness. These are the exact 4 steps to follow. But you come there, we will talk more about it.
But it's important to recognize that we made mistake. Otherwise,
absolutely.
If we deny and I
no, that is the most terrible thing you could possibly do. It's like you have a dog in the house, and dog dumps on the floor, and you just cover it with a yoga mat. That does not take it away. It stays there, and it will stink there all the time. Ajahn Chah says that many people go around, they change town, they change country, they change job, they change everything. And they say, everywhere I go, everything stinks. And he says, why? Because you are carrying dog shit in your pocket. So your pocket is not empty. No matter where you go to heaven, it will still stink, because you have dog shit right in your pocket. These are Ajahn Chah's words, not mine. So I don't mind using them the way it is. So remember that we always try to change others, People say, my wife become just do this, so life will be heaven. And wife says, husband do this, life will be heaven. And father says, son do this, son says, father do this, mother, daughter, sister-in-law, wife, whatever. All these people don't realize that when you point at somebody, you are pointing 3 back at yourself. At least 3 times more you are at fault. You must change yourself. Change starts with you, not with your father and father-in-law and mother-in-law and sister-in-law. Change starts with you. The moment you realize this, I think 80% of your troubles and your complaints will disappear. Because these are all imaginary complaints because you don't like them. Maybe because of some past karma, like Isidasi. I wish that her 3 husbands had gotten Vipassana also. I don't know. I don't think they got that. It was not their time yet. But good question. So this way you can come to the retreat if you get time. Any other questions? They have some questions? The older gentlemen. Anybody else?
Okay, so I have a question.
Sure.
I'm struggling to pose it properly. Is this the main reason why this person had to go through all these lives and karmas? Because they weren't self-aware enough?
Of course they were not self-aware. Otherwise you would not commit this kind of karma, right? Breaking other people's families, seducing their wives.
Let's say if they did, they wouldn't have to go through all these.
If they did not do that, but let's imagine that instead of, so people have different hobbies or conquering or things like that, right? So this person, Isidasi, the 7 lives before as a goldsmith, was interested in sexual conquest. He could have also become Alexander and killed 50 million people all over the world. The result would be still worse for him. So what I'm trying to say is we have the choice of replacing unwholesome intentions with wholesome intentions. Okay, right now in Novi Sad, how many people are there? 20,000, 30,000, 50,000?
No, 400 people. 400,000.
400,000.
I think so.
So in 400,000, how many are here? Not even 40. Other people are sitting in the bars, right? They are running after something that they may think is very interesting, very fun, very enjoyable. But these people choose to replace those intentions with the intention of improving themselves. And that's not going to happen in one session, not in 1 hour. It will take a long time, but at least you are walking. You have taken the first step. So this is how we replace unwholesome intentions, actions by wholesome intentions and actions. There is a sutta on this by Lord Buddha to Rahula, the Rahula Sutta, where Lord Buddha tells Rahul that before you do, while you are doing, and after you do, you must reflect on every action. And you must think, was this good? Should it be done? Should it not be done? The moment you find out it should not be done, you should stop right there. And then replace it with something wholesome. So this is the way we have to be like a self-correcting mechanism. Of course, we'll find Kalyan Mittas from time to time who will come and tell you, do this, do that. So the whole idea is that we have agency of our action. Our actions matter for us and for others. And the key thing is to learn what is right, what is not right, what is to be done, what is not to be done, what should be done, what should not be done. The moment you walk on that path, then you are walking towards the good thing. So that individual agency does not disappear because of karma. Karma only amplifies it. The individual agency for the jeweler was to seduce. And that got amplified in 7 lives, not 1 life. So that is what we have to figure out. Okay, what I do right now, I have control. Past, I have no control. It's gone, right? The river never flows. The same river never flows under the bridge again. The river that's flown is gone. The new river comes.
Yeah, but that's the point. I think that we are not always aware that what we are doing has consequences.
Absolutely.
Somehow we think, oh, okay,
absolutely,
I can get away with the murder. Is this the expression? Mogu se izvući. Mogu da uradim što god hoću, ali kao neće me potrefiti. Neće me lupiti po glavi. Zapravo hoće.
Stand outside the ATM, put on a ski mask and start robbing people, right? We think, okay, free money. But there are consequences to doing that. And that's what we have to, our moral compass should be driven by these precepts, the 5 precepts. I don't know how many you have taken, but one of the things you can start doing in this life is start taking precepts of no killing, no stealing, no lying, no sexual misconduct, and no intoxicants. And start with that step by step. First you do not to do things, then you do to do things, and like that varita and charita, and these are all technical terms, but you can start with that process now, and that's what you have the golden chance. You are very rare people in the sense that you have a monastery only 25 kilometers away. I haven't seen that in many countries. I have been to many countries and I haven't seen that. So I was also surprised. Serbia has a monastery. Okay, then I will go next year. So that's how I figured out, and we got in touch and everything. I didn't know that there was one here. So you are very lucky that you have something easily accessible, available. These people will always be there. He will be there and guide you.
But this is also important, what you just said, that because we are mostly focused on what not to do. But we should also focus on the positive thing, what I am supposed to do, what I should do, what I can do.
Correct. Varita and charita, we call it
exactly
in Pali.
About this remorse. So I did something and I cannot change. But I can change in a way that I can compensate. I look this as a scale. So I have heavy weight on one scale, which is negative, and my positive scale is empty. Okay, if I put something on the other side, then it comes to the balance. Otherwise, I'm always like this and feeling remorse. So, okay, do some good things and you will feel better. I put some, on Facebook, I put these sentences, and one I really like is that every good deed, when it's done, it's like lighting a light in dark. And then the question is, why you are complaining that you are in the dark? Okay, do something good and you will be in the light. Very, very simple.
But don't be like a atonement.
Yeah. Well, okay. I don't think as atonement, because I don't owe anything. It's most like a Christian, like I owe to the God, and
atonement.
I have to atone.
So no, it's no atonement. There is development.
I
don't
consider it
do negative things because what happens with atonement is it establishes remorse with a hammer deep inside you.
Self-punishment.
Self-punishment. You got punished once, right? You did a bad deed. Now you are taking a big nail and a hammer and putting it inside you. So every waking moment you are aware, I did something bad, I should atone, I did something bad.
You punish somebody and then you punish yourself. Okay, the other way is that reward others and reward yourself. I like to see more positive.
So do the development, and also on the thing that he said, I want to bring out like an anecdote. Many people do bad things and then they do something good and they think these two will balance out, but it doesn't work that way also. It's if you become a Robin Hood and rob all the people, kill with arrows and then give to 50 village people, that does not negate each other. There is no plus and minus signs here and there. You will have to pay for both of them. You will pay and you will get. So better not to do things at all where you have to pay. Rather do things where you get again and again and again. So remember that.
I was not inviting people to do bad things and then compensate with the good things. But in a case, they already did something.
No.
The only way
only if you did it without conscious knowledge.
How you can heal yourself, not by good.
Because I know in many places, many people, in India at least, they do something bad, corruption or something like that, then go to temple and give God like 100 rupees and say, oh, okay, now I'm free. Or take a dip in the Ganga and say, okay, I'm done with all my sins.
What is important is intention. What is with which intention you are giving?
Exactly. Chetanaham bhikkhave kammam vadami.
But this is what Buddha said, that intention is the kamma.
Chetanaham bhikkhave kammam vadami. So that's the exact thing. So the question again is we all have agency. We are free agents. We are not tied. Karma does not mean that you are completely tied. Take Isidasi's story. After being rejected, after having gone through 7 lives of terrible suffering, luckily she doesn't remember anything in the last life. Good. She still went through 3 terrible marriages, being rejected 3 times, and have still the free agency to look at the nun and say, I want to become like her. I want to follow on her path. That's her free agency. She could stay with her father and wallow in her sorrow all the time, saying, what did I do? Why am I doing this? Why this happened to me? And keep on crying. She did not. She got up. She cried one time to her father saying, let me go. And she went and she became free. That is the free agency. We are all free agents. We are not puppets. Nobody is pulling pup strings from here and there. Bante say this now and Bante say this now. No.
Or the fixed destiny, that people think, okay, this is my destiny, this is my character.
No such thing. So karma will have some destiny set for you, but within that, and you will overcome it, because in Buddhism, karma is not forever. I said she went to hell, right? He went to hell. Hell is limited time. Hell is like a penitentiary. Hell is like a government or a judge ordering prison time for you. Murder 10 years, stealing 3 years, homicide 5 years. So it's not permanent. There is no lifetime penitentiary and life. There is no permanent hell, there is no permanent heaven. So even devas who go to heaven after doing good deeds, they fall down. And they may even go down to hell after that. So these are the kind of things that you must understand in deeper level, but also not exercise your mind so much that you become vegetable sitting there not doing anything. No, you have the free agency, do things, but do good things. And that's where the wisdom lies, panya. Wisdom is in knowing what to do, what not to do. And if you do that, then you are on the right path. Nobody can take you off the path. Your destiny is fixed then, at enlightenment at some point. When? Nobody knows.
I have a question.
Of course.
So in Isida's story, the story of her past lives began 7 lives ago.
Correct.
and he's a jeweler at that time, and he does sexual misconduct, and later he's being punished and goes through lives of sufferings until she becomes
the slave girl.
Yeah, she becomes enlightened. In the seventh life, why did he do the actions that he did in the first place, and what happened in the life before? Was his seventh life also a consequence of another previous life?
Seventh life as a slave girl was the consequences of actions as a jeweler.
Yes, but the life even before the jeweler, eighth life.
Sixth life, fifth life.
I'm asking about the eighth, the one that's not in the story.
Those things we don't know what karma were done in addition to that.
Okay.
She is talking about the why her three marriages failed. So she would not tell you all her countless lives. She would go to a certain point.
I'm wondering how much is this seventh, the one she began with, how much was it affected from the previous ones?
Could be, because let's say he was a jeweler. Let's start with the life we know, right? He was a jeweler, he was beautiful, he was rich, he had everything going for him. That means he must have done good karma before, as a result of which he got all these benefits. And then what did he do? He went out and squandered everything.
But it means like the suffering had a better outcome than the good things that led to him becoming a jeweler.
Suffering is one of the three characteristics. Suffering is also an entry point to enlightenment for most of the theras and theories. They have some suffering. So, but again, now don't take it in the wrong way that we must all suffer, we must all burn ourselves, and we must not eat for 1 month at a time and all that. Suffering will happen when suffering is going to happen. So don't wait, don't invite suffering, don't say suffering, please come and bite me, no. But suffering is a great entry point to getting enlightenment, getting on the path. Not necessary. Look at gold. Gold is mined from the rocks, right? Pulverized, mined through water, sieved, everything. Ultimately, that gold has to be put in a fire of 800, 900 Celsius degree. That is suffering for gold. Gold doesn't feel it, but we can feel, no? To become gold, you will have to go through suffering. When and how, nobody knows. Even you don't know. So don't invite suffering. In some cases, you may not have suffering. Venerable Sariputta became an arahant without any suffering. And Venerable Mahamoggallana became arahant after much suffering, and he died full of suffering, but did not be born again. He was not attached to it. So what works for the goose may not work for the gander. What works for you may not work for me. And we should not just think that he had this, so I must have it. No, that is called yatha vanchit. This I want, because he had it. He had a blue pen, I must have a blue pen, otherwise I can't pass the exam. No, you can pass the exam with a black pen also, with a yellow pen also, right? If you write your answers. So just be aware that there is no one size fits all. Every person's clothes are tailored according to their size. There's no ready-made stores. No. There's no gap there. There's nothing there.
But we have to stop here because we are running out of time.
Absolutely.
No problem.
I can go. I'm here, like I said, I'm captive audience.
We want to thank you for coming.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Teaching, and we hope you see you again.
Absolutely.
Sadhu,
do we have to do
sadhu,
Punyanumodana?
Yeah, we can.
Punyanumodana.
Okay. Good.
Avantu
Sabba Mangalam Kantu Sabba Devata Sabba Buddhanu Bhavena Sada Soti Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabba Mangalam Rakantu Sabba Devata Sabba Buddhanu Bhavena Sada Soti Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabba Mangalam Rakantu Sabba Devata Sabba Sanghanubhavena Sada Soti Bhavantu Te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you once again.